It's a tough fight, isn't it? I've gone back and forth.
And I always back against Billam-Smith, I'm going to be honest, I do.
I think he's a tough nut.
It's going to be a boring fight for the first couple of rounds.
Do you think either of them, I'm going to get back into the fight, but are at the level of Jai or Batyr?
Tough ask.
Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. What do we think here?
Zepeda knocks him out.
It's just the problem you've got in there. Who does he beat? Because, you've got Tank, Loma, Shakur.
He definitely beat Loma.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we are going to discuss the upcoming Riyadh season in November. It's taking place in Saudi Arabia on the 16th of November. Headline fight is Gilberto Ramirez versus ChrisBilla-Smith. And this is it's a unification fight in the Cruiserweight for WBO and the WBA Super World titles. And it then headlines a sort of Hispanic card in Riyadh, which makes a change. Although Billam-Smith, in case you may have noticed, not a Hispanic name. So he's the token Brit in this one. But that's obviously a unification fight. So yeah, what do you think? Zurdo Ramirez and ChrisBilla-Smith. Interesting fight, unification.
Yeah,
fight.
about time there's another unification fight at this weight division.
Well, I think our Batyr was a bit disappointed, but other than that, I think we're happy. Everybody else is happy to see some unifications. Our Batyr only because I think he wanted to unify all of them.
Yeah, I think our Batyr will get the winner. I don't know who's going to win this.
It's a tough fight, isn't it? I've gone back and forth between. You look at each one's record and think, and then you go, "Oh yeah, he's." And then you watch the other one and you go, "Oh wait a minute, no."
I think Ramirez.
Well, Ramirez is let me do a tail of the tape actually before I start, and then we can get a start on the records. So it's Cruiserweight. Zurdo Ramirez is 47 fights. He's got a 46-1 record, so he's lost once. And then he's had 30 of those wins by KO. He's aged 33. He's 6'2", 189. And he's got a just over 75 inch reach, which is 191 centimeters. And this is at 200 pounds cruiserweight limit. And he's a southpaw. And then we have ChrisBilla-Smith, who's had 21 fights, a 20-1 record. 13 of those wins by KO. He's age 34. He's 6'3", which is 191 centimeters. Same reach, just over 75 centimeters, 75 inches, 191 centimeters. And he fights out of an orthodox stance. So if we go through, Ramirez's loss was to Dimitri Bivol at light heavyweight. And Billam-Smith's loss was to Riyadh, and in which he's avenged in his last fight, or the one before. Yeah, his last fight. Which was a really good performance. Because I think a lot of people had Riyadh as the person on that. I might have even predicted that.
Yeah.
So in a close fight, but I think there, and he's got a points decision above him, and so other than that, two close fights which he's avenged. Against Riyadh, he's got a good record, but so is Gilberto, because obviously we know how good Dimitri Bivol is, so there's no shame in losing there.
Has he got a good record though?
Well, it depends who you're judging it against. I think both of theirs are fairly equal in who they fought, because he's fought Joe Smith Jr. and won by unanimous decision, fairly clean-sheeted thing. Although I don't think Joe Smith Jr. is the fighter he was when he fought Better Bievo Bivol. And it was a cruiserweight anyway, where Joe Smith's come up, I think. So,
well, not forgetting Ramirez has fought down at super middleweight before.
Yeah. Well, he's gone up, isn't it, from super middleweight to, I think, let me see where he started. Has he fought at even a middleweight? I think he's done some on middleweight as well, didn't he? And he's gone up. And then he's gone to light heavyweight. But obviously that's a tricky division.
He's got a slightly padded record, hasn't he?
Yeah.
For all the fights.
Well, if you went on big opponents, they're about the same, isn't it? But like...
I mean, there's a couple that stand out. You go, oh, look, he's for like you say, Joe Smith Jr., Mitu Bivol, Arthur Abraham, but there's nothing that really like. But again, you could say the same about Billam-Smith.
They're about equal.
And this is where that's quite a.
And it's a little bit difficult to judge because at that level they've gone up, but like, you know.
And I always back against Billam-Smith, I'm going to be honest, I do.
Mm-hmm.
And he always pulls out a shock.
Oh, I think he's a tough nut. And he's.
And I hope he wins.
Mm-hmm.
I really do hope he wins. It's going to be I don't know whether it's going to be a boring fight for the first couple of rounds.
I think it probably is because they're going to feel each other out. Neither of these are the explosive walk-down person, are they? They're quite technical boxers and are like quite, work the...
Where is the fight?
In Riyadh. Riyadh season. Which centre? Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Venue Riyadh season. Let me just click on it and see what it is. It's usually the Kingdom Arena.
Okay, so at least that makes something.
But I can't confirm that. Let me confirm it. Go on, you carry on and I'll...
It is in Riyadh, so...
Well, they've got... I think they've got more than one.
I'm just... I think I think... Look, I think the winner gets 2 belts, obviously, and gets Jai Batyr, and that it doesn't matter who the winner is. I think that they're fighting Jai Batyr next.
Oh no, it's at the venue. It's a new venue.
The
venue. Let me look that up. Go on, carry on.
And then I think both will be, whoever wins, like I say, they'll be at the next Riyadh season against Jai Batyr for 3 belts in the Cruiserweight division. I just...
Well, let me ask a question. Do you think either of them, I'm going to get back into the fight, but are at the level of Jai Batyr? If either of them fought individually against Jai Batyr, what do you give them chances? I heavily favour Batyr.
Tough ask.
Yeah.
Really, really is.
Which is why I think they've made this fight, because I think both of them, this is more like 50-50 than fighting Batyr, where I think both of them would be underdog.
It's a tough ask.
I mean, they're both good. I just think Batyr is potentially elite level. The venue is a new venue called the venue.
Yeah. I think...
Like a high-tech thing they made. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see that.
I'm hoping ChrisBilla-Smith goes out there and makes a statement.
I think that's the opportunity for them, isn't it?
I mean, it's a huge opportunity for both of them. Because like I say, the next fight after that, it's not confirmed, but the most likely is you're going to be fighting Jai Batyr.
Well, they're both on Riyadh season. Batyr is a Riyadh season favourite. So
in the next Riyadh season fight, which will be massive because it'll be for 3 belts. Could it be for 4 belts? You don't know. Jai Batyr might fight
Kylian.
Yeah. Either way, there's like I think this. Would that Batyr would fight Kylian, but I don't know whether.
I think Batyr would fight anybody. It's whether Kylian would fight Batyr the other way around.
No, I don't know whether they'd.
Because he's not on their list, is he? Because that's the one he doesn't have. Would they
make Batyr Kylian like February, March, and then the winner of that face the winner of this in September Riyadh season?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Bit too long off for these guys. In between.
It depends, doesn't it? Because if these two go to war,
yeah, they might take about 3, 4, 5 months to recover, and then you got to do training camp. I think you'd want to do it about July, August time, isn't it? I think a little bit earlier. But they have done some, haven't they? It could be a Riyadh season in one of the other places, in it. Depending on who wins and who's there, you could do it on the... Because if a Billam-Smith wins or something, you could do it in UK, London, or whatever. UK Riyadh season.
It's going to be...
Or if it's Ramirez, you could do a US one, isn't it? In one of the states. Riyadh season, like we had with
possibly
Crawford and stuff. It depends on the timing. Obviously, if it comes around to September, it's just I think you'd want to be more than, it'd be 12 months again then, isn't it? Before you fight, no, nearly 10 months to 11 months. But like you said, it depends how they get to. And we know Batyr likes to stay busy. He generally fights a fair bit.
It'd be interesting to see if Batyr's there.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to look at to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the obvious next fight. Seeing as he's already on the list and they're already they're on their list now.
Back to these two.
Well, if you do the ranking from ring, Batyr is number one, so take him out. Billam-Smith is Batyr is the ring champion. Billam-Smith is number one. Mikhailian is number two. Ramirez is number three.
Yeah.
So he's slight favourite there. He's a WBO champion. So, yeah, neither of the others are on that list.
I think Billam-Smith might be a bit too cute for him. And like I say, I'm not convinced by Ramirez's record. I mean, you'd go, 48 fights, 47 wins, only one loss. You'd think, wow. But like I say,
if you look at all the
he's
lists,
Mexican, isn't he?
So
his first fights. 25 fights are on the street corner, basically.
His record started at 13.
I mean, don't get me. The Mexicans are hard tough as nails, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just, like I say, ChrisBilla-Smith, he always...
He surprises you.
Yeah, he does surprise me all the time.
He exceeds your expectations, whichever way you look at it. So
because he does... I'm bringing him down here, but he does nothing exceptional. But he does
everything well.
Everything well. He's got good jab, good footwork, good defense, good power, good punch combination, good chin,
good fighting spirit as well. He doesn't give up. So he's shown that against Riyadh, isn't it? It was his more will and that, better basics of everything.
And he does seem to be getting better and better.
Yeah. Think confidence or just that his experience or both?
I think both.
Yeah.
I think, he's been one of them that he's become champion and he's gone, I am the champion.
Yeah.
He's pushed
that's improved.
Pushed his chest out a little bit. And okay, he won the belt off Lawrence Okolie. Lawrence Okolie, bloody handful. It really is a handful. And he's got power. His reach is about 500 inches.
6'5", isn't he? And his reach is even worse.
He's just an absolute nightmare to fight against.
I think Okolie had a little bit of trouble with weight and stuff there, isn't it? But still, it's an impressive win.
Yeah, and, ChrisBilla-Smith, and he took some punches off Okolie.
Yeah, he's got a good chin, Billam-Smith.
So...
And I'm not sure Zurdo, even though he's got quite a lot of wins, is the biggest puncher. It's more wear down. Because he's not your typical Mexican style. He's quite technical and things that... I don't mean that in a bad way, Mexicans are, but the Mexicans usually have the ferocity as well.
Is this going to be one of them fights where we're thinking it's going to be like a bore fest, but actually...
It could be fantastic.
It's absolute war and they just punch hell out of each other.
That's what we're hoping. We're trying to play it down so the expectations exceed... the expectations are far less than what we actually get. It could be, because they might have to go to a firefight to get to... I'm not sure it's going to be a knockout. I think it's probably going to be points.
You don't want to... I tell you what, if it's going to be points, it's going to be really close.
Yeah. And I think that might lead to a bit where somebody's got to open up to catch the gap or, depending on how fast or slow somebody starts.
And you don't want a close points decision because then you'll have rematches and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
We want a KO, but
it's got to be a KO.
Yeah.
But
I don't think either of them are big
No, I've made
KO
my
people?
prediction. I've made my prediction.
Okay, go on, let's go.
Chris Billam-Smith. Oh, see, I always bet against him when he wins, and now I'm going to bet for him. So the likelihood is he's going to lose. Sorry, Chris. But I'm going for Chris Billam-Smith to knock him out in round 6.
It's quite bold. I'm going to go for Ramirez. Shall I say what I think is going to happen and then what I would like to happen as well? What I think is going to happen, Ramirez on points, close points to win.
Close
probably
points.
like a majority or a split decision.
Okay, close points.
Yeah, points close win. But I'd like, well, it's not what I'd like, but if Ramirez is going to win, what I'd like, obviously I want Billam-Smith to win, but like Ramirez in 10-round KO. Also going to write that down as well. I'll have 2.
You're having 2? Did I ever have 2?
Well, you took Billam-Smith, isn't it? Because I thought you were going to go for Ramirez to keep
No,
your...
I'm
I
gonna-
go against Billam-Smith and let him win. I think you've jinxed it now, so I'm going on the other side.
No, I just, yeah. I just got a feeling that Chris...
I think Billam-Smith's going to pull it out.
Yeah, I think he's going to step up. I really, really do. Unless I am completely wrong about Ramirez. I mean, I have seen a couple of his fights. Unless I am completely wrong about him, and he is...
I think it's going to be close, but I think, Billam-Smith has that thing to like exceed your expectations. But as you've picked him, I'm going to pick Ramirez. So that's what I'll
Okay.
do. Right, undercard on this one is quite...
Yeah, well, you got a couple, haven't you? A couple of interesting fights.
Uh,
Not the stacked one that we're used to.
Well, it is, but I think it's fighters who are more because it's up and coming and things, and lesser on the list of fighters. But there's Ramirez versus Barboza Jr., which is the next fight on it. This is at super lightweight, which is a stacked division, as we've said before. I think Ramirez is like second on the ring, though, on that division. And he's ranked by most of the others, apart from the WBA. And then Barboza Jr. is ranked number 1 by WBO, and he's on the IBF and the WBC list as well. Ramirez is 9 wins and 1 loss, and Barboza Jr. is unbeaten, 30 fights, 30 wins. 18 KOs for Ramirez, 11 KOs for Barboza. And the similar age, 29 and 30. Ramirez 29 and 30 for... 32, both of them are 32. Similar height, 5'10" and 5'9", so 178 centimeters, 175. And a similar reach, about 72 inches, give or take a centimeter. Both of them are orthodox fighters. Tough fight. I think that's a close fight as well.
Yeah, it's a close fight.
Much more to say on that.
It's a hard fight to
It's a hard fight to pick.
to pick a winner. And I think it's basically winner will most likely get a world title shot. The loser possibly back to the drawing board. Who do you think the favourite is?
Ramirez slightly, I think, because he's the slightly higher ranked. But Barboza hasn't lost. Although, again, it depends on what you look at the things. But the betting is, Ramirez.
Is he the
So it's
favourite?
he's the 4-9 favourite, and Barboza is 7-4. So it's not that far apart.
Do you think Barboza lacks the power?
I think that's basically what it is. A little bit. I think if he had a bit more power, then he's dangerous.
It's a tough. It's a good fight.
Mm-hmm. It's a good matchup in it, and then they're going basically. It's to get who can be in that list of people, as we've said. There's wound past the super lightweight again. Give me 1 sec. But you've got your Tios, Haney's, and Ramirez is like the second in the ring.
Yeah.
Paro, Catrol, that lot, and then Mateus on the wings. There's quite a lot of.
See, the thing is I think Barboza Jr is a really good boxer. He's skillful, and I think he's a better boxer than Ramirez.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got quite enough power. So it's whether he can keep on baying, box him out for the whole fight. And Ramirez can do a bit of both.
I don't know. I'm gonna go for dun dun. I like both of them. I can't pick.
This is a 50-50.
Good
on
50-50.
On paper, if you look at the things, it's a 50-50.
Good 50-50. Gonna be a good fight, this.
Yeah. I think Barboza is a slightly better boxer, but it's whether he can box that. Because I don't think Ramirez is that much ahead of Ramirez as a boxer. And Ramirez has got a little bit more fight.
I'm going to go against the bookies.
You're going to go for Barboza?
Barboza.
Okay. I was hoping you're going to go Ramirez. I want to go Barboza. All right, I'm going to go Ramirez.
No, you can go Barboza.
I'm going to go Ramirez now.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, I picked Ramirez in the first one as well.
Spat is dummy.
What are you saying? Barboza in KO points?
You get good odds for a KO, wouldn't you? Because he doesn't. When was the last time he knocked anyone else?
He's not really KO artist. He's a boxer. Am I having Ramirez in?
It's a tough one.
I'm Ramirez on points.
You're going Ramirez on points?
Yeah. I think he'll get the distance because I think it's close. It's probably not going to be more minutes, and he's going to blast it out in 2-3 rounds. Hopefully it's like our Abdullah Mason and Vasquez fight. Like 3 knockdowns in the first round.
I'm going to go for Ramirez.
But Ramirez now, are you changing?
Changed it.
Okay, go on. Then I want to go for Barboza on points.
I'm going for Ramirez. Do you know what? No, do you know what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm doing. Going for a draw.
Okay.
We ever had a draw?
I don't think we've ever predicted one, no.
That's how much I'm sat on.
My thing now, isn't it?
Sat on the fence with this. It's going to be a draw.
Okay.
114.
All the way through. 3 judges.
All
Unanimous
3 judges. I'm going to go draw.
Okay, you can have a draw. All right, you ruined my thing now because I was just going to pick the.
And do you know what? It's going to be a ball fest. No, it's not. Joking. It's going to be a great fight. Slightly boring. Maybe. I just don't know with these two.
You've made mine harder now. All right, I'm going to go for.
It's going to be a draw.
Ramirez KO in round 6.
Jesus.
Make it exciting because draw, it'd be bloody boring. All right.
Hey, some of the draws are the best.
Yeah, well, sometimes they are the best fights. So, all right, we can get rid of that one. Next one is in the lightweight division, our main contender, Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. William Zepeda's like basically number 1 contender on every belt, I think, near enough, after the like 4 horsemen of Brinchik, Loma, Shakur.
It is William Zepeda, isn't it? Not Jose Zepeda.
No, it's William Zepeda. There's other Zepedas. You have to be that's why I said the first thing, because sometimes you get the others. So Zepeda's record is 31-0. He's had 31 fights, 31 wins, 27 by KO. He's age 28, 5'9", 175 centimeters, approximately 70-inch reach, 177 centimeters, fights out of southpaw stance. And Tevin Farmer is age 34. He's 33 wins, 6 losses and 1 draw. So what's that add up to? 40 fights. 8 of the 33 wins by KO. So he's not really a KO artist. And 6 losses, he's been stopped twice. like I said, Zepeda's basically number one contender in every WBA, WBC, WBO, IBF, and he's number 3 on ring rankings. That's interesting. So he's above the belt holders in ring. So he's behind Tank and Loma, ahead of Shakur and Barinchik. So he's in between them. This is a stacked division. So what do we think here?
Zepeda knocks him out.
Yeah, I think so. Tevin Farmer is good measure, but I think Zepeda is at that level, isn't he? I think he is where he is, and he's ranked.
He's
not ranked for no reason.
I don't think Tevin.
So it's just going to be round, isn't it? What rounds are we going for then? Zepeda KO.
Yeah, and that's disrespectful to Tevin Farmer, but
I just think Zepeda's that good. I think he is. He's
tough
I
just don't think Tevin Farmer's
got enough tools to break down. I don't think Tevin Farmer can.
I don't think Tevin Farmer's got anything to trouble Zepeda.
Yeah, that's going to be his problem. So Zepeda can walk him down, and then Zepeda's got enough tools in his kit to break most people down.
Yeah.
Forget,
I mean, he might get a couple of rounds in.
Yeah.
But
Tevin Farmer's a decent boxer, but I got the power.
I just think this is a bit of a mismatch. This,
yeah,
I know that doesn't sound good, but I do think this.
I think Tevin Farmer's one of those where they measure up people against, isn't it? But anybody's really sort of took care of him. That's where the losses are, because we'll have let me load up his losses. If I load them up. Yeah, go on. What round are you thinking then? Because there's not much more to say on this one, isn't it?
Ting tang. Round 3.
Round 3 KO. Okay.
I know I do with a lot. Rip fighters and don't give them a chance, and I do, but I hate it because. But I don't give Tevin Farmer a chance.
Well, to be fair, he's only been he was stopped in his first fight, which is a long time ago, in 4 rounds, and then the second time he's been stopped was by Jose Pedraza, but in the 8th round of an 8th round fight, and he's deducted a point for holding, and then actually. After that, he's won quite a lot of fights. He's a no contest. He's won, and then he's only lost on by decision to Diaz and Murataya. So,
no, I think Farmer might cause him with Zepeda a couple of issues.
He's a good measure of where you are.
He might cause him a couple of issues in the first couple of rounds with his movement, but I think Zepeda's going to catch up with him pretty quick.
I think round 7 KO.
You're going round 7.
I think he's going to take a little bit longer because he's not that weak. Like I said, he's a good measure. They normally put people in to see where they are. And
is Zepeda a future champion in that division? I think he has been champion anyway. But is he like a future elite of that division?
You see, in any other division,
I swear to God, if you mention Loma.
when Loma retires, gives up his belt, which he may have already done. I think, yeah. It's just the problem you got in there. Who does he beat? Because you got Tank, Loma, Shakur, and Barinchik. And you've got the up-and-coming one like we've had in our video, Keyshawn and Murataya, who are both unbeaten, promising fighters. I mean, he's probably top of that list as a Zepeda, isn't it? But, yeah, I think he's a tough fight for anybody in that division.
Okay. He definitely beat Loma.
Maybe Loma's nearly 3,000 years old now, though, so it might be possible. We don't even know Loma's going to fight
Loma
again.
needs to sort his stuff out because he's got hold of a belt there, and I'm surprised the IBF haven't taken it off him because they're usually pretty strict.
He's that good?
No, honest to God, sort it out.
Well, no, I know. I think they know they've got a big fight, isn't it? So whoever, I think they're going to let the others sort it out. And he'll get round, and I think some point next year they'll have him versus Shakur or versus Tank Davis or
Well,
Or maybe this guy if he's taking the belt off somebody.
Loma, if you don't fight, I'll just find you and take the belt off you.
You're going to find him.
All right. Because you don't, you need to fight.
Yeah, I think Zepeda's got to get.
And I love you,
some of
Loma,
them.
but stop moaning that you're old because I'm old. And just get on with it.
Listen, Mike Tyson's 58. He's having a fight next week on Friday as well.
Yeah. No, I like Zepeda. I rate him, and I think
Any other division, I think he'd be a world champion.
I think you might change your mind after this fight.
Okay, maybe.
So put a pin in it.
I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Put a pin in it.
Because I think this is a good
I think
measure.
you'll go, do you know what, Simon?
No, I have seen a bit of him.
You were right again.
Yeah, you are usually right.
And I know you hate saying that, but
That's going to get edited out.
it's not getting it. No, what'll happen is Tevin Farmer knocks him Spark out and you just replay that clip
That's going to play that bit.
constantly.
That's going to be a short.
Zepeda's number one in the division.
He beats Loma. He's laughing in the back. Simon says Zepeda beats Loma.
No, I think if Zepeda comes through this,
No, I think he's in. He's got to be in the. He's got to have
He's
get
in
a
the
fight
mix.
against Loma. He's already in the mix. He's there, number one for everything.
he's the next Canelo.
He could be.
Telling you. Watch
He,
it.
he,
Watch out for
he
this
has
guy.
most of the things in his toolkit as
Yeah.
well. He's a good boxer, good fighter. But this is a good measure. I think a guy who hasn't, if he cleans him out like we've said, it's a statement. So,
Definitely knocks Tank Davis out.
well, yeah, that's going to be a short.
He does.
Well, we've been discussing it, but yeah, I think he has to have a fight against one of them. I mean, Shakur's injured, Loma's retired, so the only real fight left for him is either Brinchik or Tank. And I think Tank is the one he'd probably go for because it's a bigger fight, bigger money.
And he knocks Tank out.
I'm not denying it. Say,
Up to Mexico. Boom.
I think that'd be a big fight. But it's interesting for both. So, yeah, wait a minute. Just let me check. Which one is he on? WBC.
Doesn't
He's
matter.
the interim champion, isn't it?
He's going to wipe them all out.
Oh, Tank's WBA, isn't it? So Shakur's WBA. Yeah, but Shakur's injured. So yeah, Tank makes most sense out of them. Tank's
Yeah.
probably the biggest fight
I think-
in money-wise
yeah,
anyway.
be a
So
good fight. It
if
will
you're
be a
going to,
good
all
fight.
of them are tough in different ways. So yeah,
No, well,
none of them are easy fights. And I think I'd look forward to it because like I said, and I think Zepeda's in that, of the five, that he's in that five. And I think the others are slightly still coming up.
yeah, this is a good. We'll see where
lightweight division.
Zepeda is after this fight.
Yeah. I think it's a good
Good measure.
good measure of where he is. Right, let me get back to now. I think that's the main fight. I'm got to
Yeah.
admit that I'm not that familiar with most of these. I mean, Collazo I know a little bit, but up and coming against Niyomtrong and Duarte, I've seen a little bit of Sims Jr., but we're not that. That's super lightweight, and then there's minimum weight.
I think these are your three main ones. Aren't
Yeah, they're the three main ones. So I don't think we'll do predictions unless you know more than I do.
No, I think the thing with these three main ones is it wouldn't surprise me if the winners have already got fighters lined up after it.
Yeah,
I think Mr. Turkey has already got fights lined up for the winners. And they might even be announced after they win, unless some spanners get thrown in the works and things like that. But I think they've got the next 12 months mapped out for them.
I think there'll have potential roadmaps. Obviously, spanner in the
Definitely.
works could change it, but
Definitely. So, yeah, be interesting.
there's this Niyomtrong is one of them, like something else. He used to be something else, and he's converted to boxing, and he's won all his fights. Collazo Niyomtrong, isn't it? It's one of those is really interesting. Anyway, yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see. There could be some, and Duarte's and Sims have been good, but have both had a couple of losses as well, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, interesting season, bit different card than we're used to, but yeah.
Yeah, but at least it's, them three fights, apart from the Zepeda Farmer one, the Ramirez, Billam-Smith, Ramirez, Barboza Jr.
Well, I think
They're good, close
well, should we see
50-50
what the betting is on that. Zepeda Farmer. Zepeda will be the favourite, but I think
Zepeda
I
will be
would
like 1 to 2 on, I think.
Let's see what it is if they've got it on here. Oh well, yeah, they're 1 to 16.
There you go then. So,
and Tevin Farmer is 8 to 1.
8 to 1.
So they're worse than we are. So yeah,
Jeez, they're not giving him a chance, are they?
That's wider than I would have thought.
That is not giving him a chance. Might go for Zepeda round 1 knockout then.
Yeah. 1 to 16 minus 1700. I think that's the highest. Well, on here it's 90% basically and 10% winning. Have they got their own? Yeah, so it didn't even open that wide and it's got worse. So, it opened fairly wide and it's got worse. Sorry, the right way of putting it. Cool. Most people have got it like, basically they're on the way we're saying. He's at least 1 to 10 on most. So, yeah. Okay. So we're all going to be wrong.
Let's watch and see.
Yeah, we shall see. Just one thing I want to do before. I was supposed to do this in last video. It's Ukrainian boxer, Vyacheslav Uzelkov, who was, I think, a light heavyweight contender, has passed away at the age of 45, so we shall pay tribute to our man. He had 30 wins, 4 losses, and 45 is well too young for anybody to pass away.
Yeah, it is.
I think had some heart condition, so I don't know if it's related to the boxing or stuff. Need to look it up, but yeah.
Very, very
so
young
we shall
age.
pay tribute. Yeah.
Very, very young age.
Too young for anybody, and especially, so we will put a shout out on there. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there. So like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think. Do you think Tevin Farmer has more of a chance than most people are giving him a chance? Billam-Smith and Ramirez, what do you think? And Barboza and Ramirez as well. And the other fights as well, let us know. And what do you think of Riyadh season in general?
Love it.
And if somebody knows any more about the venue, we'd be interested to know about the venue. The venue called a venue.
That's a good name for a venue.
You've got to, it's got to be something if you're going to call it a venue.
Great name for a venue.
And we shall see you in the next one, which will probably be our after fight of Tyson. Probably the after fight of all of them, Tyson and the after fight of this, isn't it? So it'll be because the Tyson Jake Paul is on the Friday
on Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix. So it's a new thing, and then there's KT Taylor and Serrano. So there's a good fight.
There's another fight on there as well. Actually,
there's another good fight on it. I'm trying to remember what it is. There's quite good card on there as well. So it is worth watching, and
it's worth watching. Where they let Eddie Hearn as well, because obviously Eddie Hearn and Jake Paul are going through a bit of a court battle at the moment.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see if he's there.
So Eddie Hearn said he's got a ticket,
but whether he gets in,
whether he gets access, that'll be interesting to watch as well. Obviously, we love promoted beef; it's hilarious. And sometimes it's more entertaining than the fights. The promoted beef.
It's added to make it more interesting.
Well,
the thing is, they can say more because they don't actually have to fight at the end of the thing.
I know.
And then there'll be the Riyadh season, which is on the Saturday. So we'll go through these fights on there. So we shall see you then. Let us know. And then let us know if you've missed any fights. We've tried our best to cover most of the.
Yeah, I think there's a couple at the end of October. Obviously, we will look at, I think, Navarrete's fighting and things like that.
End of November.
October. Still a month behind.
Thinking we've done most of October. No, there's really good fights coming up. November's got a few, and then obviously December is fairly stacked. We've got the Riyadh season December, Usyk Fury.
Got Frank Warren's Magnificent 7 as well. Good all British card.
Yeah. And Inoue's fighting again. Sam Goodman. So that's confirmed now. I think for Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve. And I think Gervonta's fight is off now. Tank Davis is one, I think.
I've heard it was.
Or are they just pretending? Lamont Roach, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, that's still going, I think.
Okay. But so we'll probably be doing for that.
We'll sort that out.
We'll have a look.
Great stuff.
Well, we'll look into that. It's coming up. Well, there's a few other good fights as well, isn't it? Like I said, Navarrete and Coron, and then there's a few that'll be in between
I think
people.
there'll be a few.
So hotting up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.